Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with Country Financial. Call me, Sean O'Quinn, today at 588-1051 and let me work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois.
Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings restaurant in Jessup is now open for business, practicing social distancing, but still serving that great food that Damon's is famous for. Come inside or come through the drive-thru, but Damon's is open inside and welcomes back its customers. The menu's the same, the service is fast, and the food is fantastic, and the sauces remain the same, mild, wild, insane, or inferno. The number is the same, 588-WING, 588-9464. Damon's Restaurant on West Cherry Street in Jessup. Dining room now open for business. Come on in and enjoy a great meal today.
When it comes to growing a family business, we understand the business of growing. At First Southern Bank, we've been meeting the needs of South Georgia farmers for over 100 years with competitive ag loan rates, including equipment loans, farmland loans, and lines of credit. First Southern Bank has all the banking tools you need to help keep your growing business growing. First Southern Bank, investing in you since 1907. For loan rates and more, visit firstsoutherngA.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
Yes, it is the world famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jessup. 1 minute after 8 o'clock here on this Tuesday morning. It is the 20th day of April. And good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
You doing good?
Doing good. Getting ready for this long trip to Warner Robins.
Yeah, I'm going to have to make that long trek up there to Warner Robins to broadcast the game today between the Wayne County varsity baseball team and Warner Robins varsity baseball team. And should be a stroll in the park for the Jackets, shouldn't it?
Hopefully it's a 5-inning, 3-inning game. They're terrible with the Bad News Bears. So
okay.
Just hope they show up Friday. That's the fear.
They may not come down here, is what you're thinking?
That's what I'm afraid
I thought their
of.
contract had to do it.
Contracts.
So who do we play in Savannah that we always called that? Was it Johnson?
Beach was terrible.
Beach. That's who it was. Beach.
Beach never had enough players, though.
Yeah, that was the situation with Bad News Bears when we used to play in the Savannah region. It was the Beach.
They played with 8 sometimes.
Yeah, that was the Beach. I can't remember. I mean, it was one of the Savannah schools.
They couldn't find enough players to play, so. But Warner Robins, like I said, I don't know what they're doing with the schedule. It's probably best for our players, though, because junior, senior proms this weekend, so.
It is. It's good that they're playing here, not up there.
Right, so
we would show
they'll
up.
be here for Friday, so, but that's going to be a long, but like I said, the fear is we're going to go up there and just beat them.
No, it's
like
not a fear.
drum.
That's a good thing. You like to whip up on the competition.
No, I'm not. I'm saying the fear is we're going to do that, and they're going to turn around and say, we won't be here Friday. So
okay.
That's the fear. So.
That's the fear?
Yeah, because we got seniors. We got 9 seniors. We need a senior night.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll show up. But
okay.
I've got a funny feeling that.
I thought by contract they had to show up.
Yeah. Good luck with that contract.
Send us a big old check if they don't.
They'll probably get out
show up or send us the money.
They'll get out of their football fund. They got plenty of football money.
Yeah, they're good in football. Yes, sir. You can, no doubt about that. Warner Robins is very good in football.
Plenty of football money.
Yeah, they do. All right, so if you look at your schedule, you know we're supposed to be playing here tonight, but no, it's going to be up at Warner Robins. And tonight was supposed to be senior night. Can't do that because it'll be up there. Hopefully Warner Robins will show up on Friday for the doubleheader, and we'll have senior night that night with 9 very good seniors playing this year for the Wayne County varsity baseball team.
Keep your fingers crossed. So.
Okay. I understand this. Congratulations going out to the junior varsity baseball team.
Good win last night. Beat JV for the championship game. First year they've had a championship for that junior varsity conference. So several teams in it, but Wayne wins the championship. So congratulations, Coach Henson and the JV baseball team.
And they defeated who yesterday?
Jeff Davis.
Jeff Davis, which always has a good baseball program there. So that was a conference setup, different classifications, but a conference setup so they could have a conference championship. Feel like you're playing for something other than just going out there to win.
Vidalia was in it. Coffee was in it. Wayne, Ware, I'm not sure I was in it, but there are several teams in it. But Wayne County wins it, so congrats to them.
That's good. It's good to have that good young talent to move up to the varsity baseball team in the next year or two. So congratulations to them. And what else is going on with the Wayne County sports program, Wayne County High School sports programs?
Well, the tennis team had a chance to go out to watch them play. They beat up on Jones County. Now they go out to Woodward Academy, but the date and time hasn't been set for the boys. That's round 2, and the soccer team start tomorrow. Both teams on the road.
Okay, so the tennis team won the first round of state playoffs yesterday.
All right.
Okay, against Jones, you said?
Against Jones County.
And they're going to play Woodward County up in Atlanta for the second round, that private school up there. Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
And the soccer teams begin state playoff action, you said? Tomorrow.
Both on the road.
Okay. And Bob will keep you updated on those scores as they come in for the next couple of days here. Sounds good. Well, the Braves are heading to New York City to take on the Yankees for a couple of nights in interleague play there. And our coverage will begin on our sister station, Fox Sports Radio, 1370 AM The Buzz, WLOP at 520 with the pregame and the leadoff show, as they call it. And then the first pitch will be at 7:35. That's all on AM 1370 The Buzz, WLOP. And we'll, more than likely we'll join the game probably as first pitch goes off right here on 105.5 FM.
Yeah, we should be well done by 7:35.
Yeah, well done. So more than likely we'll be still part of the leadoff show, pregame show on FM after the Wayne County baseball game. So that'll be if you whip up and go in 5 innings in there, we'll be still in the pregame show, and all the Braves and Yankees game will be right here on 105.5 FM.
Just depends on how many runs we want to score in the 5 innings.
We're going to put a whipping on those guys.
It's not going to be much of a game, I promise you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. And while we're on the subject of sports, Bob, I didn't hear you say this in your sportscast here, so I'm going to announce a national championship for the University of Georgia. Do you get emails from them for being alumni?
I've got the website.
Yeah, the website. Yeah, I get emails being part of the alumni there. Well, the University of Georgia is the national champs in equestrian, so we're good on horses. National champs just happened, Bob. And it says Georgia was number 3 going to the national championship. I don't know what they call it, competition. And we defeated number 4 SMU 9-7. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how they score in equestrian with the jumping over the obstacles and all that kind of stuff like that. But University of Georgia national champs in equestrian.
That's good.
Isn't that great?
They've always had a good equestrian team up there.
Yeah. So our horse people did good up there. So congratulations to the University of Georgia, number 1 in the country in college horse jumping and show. I don't know how they do it. I don't know what all they do. There's a certain style to it, showmanship, all that kind of stuff that goes with equestrian. I've seen some competition before, but really don't know how they score it. It says, for complete information on Georgia Equestrian, follow the team on its social media channels. So you can just do that through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that kind of good stuff.
How's Rush Pro's not fired in Valdosta by now?
I don't know, because he's a winner.
Just so
winning solves a lot of problems, Bob. Plus, you don't want to. Plus, if you fire him, that means you made a mistake when you hired him, and you don't want to admit you made a mistake, Bob. Unbelievable.
It's just like, I tell people all the time, there's a 30 for 30 documentary on that guy's life when he had the double life in Valdosta. And the funniest part to me on that story, you talk about schools selling their soul to the devil. The ESPN reporter goes to Colquitt after he left Hoover of the double life and illegal recruiting and cheating and everything else. And they put the microphone on the table and they're interviewing the Colquitt County school superintendent. Lady, and the guy says, ma'am, how in the world can this school hire Rush Pros after they know everything about him in Hoover, Alabama, the illegal recruiting, the double life, the whole 9 yards? Mm-hmm. And she looked him dead in the eye on this documentary and says, sir, we don't care about none of that. All we care about is winning football games. He's a good football coach, and we want to win football games. And they did, and they won 3 state titles with him. So then they got rid of him. Then he went to Valdosta. But those Valdosta old-timers and those guys that played for all those championships, like Buck Ballou,
Yeah.
Even on his radio show said he's got to go.
Got to go, huh? Yeah.
Just
Can't sell your soul to win, huh?
These schools that sell their soul to the devil. It's just sad. But Rush, how's he not fired?
I don't know, Bob. I don't know. I don't know. They were just trying to save face.
I mean, they got the principal, the superintendent, and the AD all up there testifying on his behalf. Well, he couldn't be there because on advice of legal counsel, which means it wouldn't be good for you to be there. Cause
that's right.
But for some reason, but he's acting like he's still going to be there.
Yeah. Is he still out there recruiting players to move into Valdosta and play for him?
He's got about 8 more coming in. They'll bring him from anywhere you can get them.
You know, that's got to kind of tee off the local talent there that's worked their way up through the rec program there and middle schools to be pushed aside by somebody moved in from out of town.
Apparently not. I mean,
have you seen this top golf competition that's going on at the different college stadiums throughout the country?
I heard they're going to be in Athens soon.
Yeah, they're going to be in Athens in June. They'll be up there on the bridge, Bob. Right. They'll be up there on the bridge, and they will have tee-off competitions where you get up there and you tee off and you try to hit these different obstacles.
Yeah, that looks like fun.
Out there. And matter of fact, they got a picture of what it would look like here at Sanford Stadium if they do it there.
Those top golf places are fun to go to. That's a fun party.
Yeah.
To go.
I mean, they're everywhere. They're like this weekend they're going to be in Gainesville, and then they're going to be in Oklahoma, Norman Stadium, and then Knoxville, and then University of Georgia, and down there in Tampa and Athens for several times. And you get up there above the stadium there. It's easy for Georgia because we got that bridge up there we can tee off on, and you've got these things and these round obstacle things there. I don't call them obstacle, but round targets that you try to hit in. It's like round white greens, but they're built out there with the pin right in the middle, and you have competition of that. So Bob, since you hit 17 down there at Ponte Vedra, you ought to go up there and try this right here and see if you can hit close to these pins here at Sanford Stadium.
I'd love to. How do I get involved?
Well, let's find out how you get involved.
I think you got to be part of the tour or something like that.
You may have to be.
Speaking of high school golfers, I think are at Okefenokee this week.
Are they?
They're trying to qualify for states, which I know they will. Talk about talent. These high school golfers are just shooting lights out.
Oh, Lord.
But we wish them well. Looking forward to them going to state, which I'm sure they're going to qualify for state. Hopefully they can win state. Somebody said St. Pius has the team that has to be up there.
One of them private schools?
One of them private schools.
Where they can recruit?
They live on the golf course, what I heard.
They live on it, huh?
Yeah, they don't go to class. They just play golf 24/7.
Yeah, right.
That's what I heard.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Now they have to go to class. Yeah, you got to get those grades to be able to go to college. They can't live on the golf course, Bob. They may play. They spend They may spend a lot of time on it, but you can't live with it. You gotta do that. Yeah, I get these emails on a regular basis, being an alumni, member of the alumni organization at the University of Georgia, and there's all kinds of stuff goes on there that you just you don't think about. Like they got the game coming up today, as University of Georgia baseball team will be taking on Clemson there in Athens at Foley Field. Did you ever go to any baseball games while you were up there?
All the time.
I never went. I went there. I wasn't there for 4 years and never went to one baseball game.
It's a nice stadium. Georgia's baseball team playing well. They had a nice success against Vanderbilt, #1 team.
Good.
A couple of weeks ago. So Georgia's baseball team's playing well.
Clemson usually has a good baseball team also, so it's going to be a good game between the University of Georgia and Clemson today up there in baseball there at Foley Field. Been a long time since I've been to Athens. It's been a while for you, a couple of years?
It's been a while, with the COVID. I can't remember last time I've been there. It's been a while since I've been to Athens.
Yeah, it's been a while for me, too.
I need to make a trip. Love Athens. Yeah. Good place to be.
Yes, it is. The classic city. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Just beautiful up there. Absolutely gorgeous. There's a virtual race going on between Georgia and Florida that's on the internet. You got 2 days and 13 hours left to enter, all runners who register before. No, we're already past that. You get race pass. It's a virtual race. I don't know what you do with a virtual race, but you can go to the University of Georgia's website and they'll show you how we can whoop up on Florida in a virtual race. Virtually, we won.
Think Buddy Carter's really going to throw his hat in that U.S. Senate race?
Well, you know, Jack Kingston did that, and Jack was a lot he started building that groundwork beforehand. You know, Jack Kingston went on the late shows and was on a lot of those, and then he went and spoke at different Republican things around the state for a couple of years before he ran. I mean, he planned it out way in advance, and I don't know. You know, you wonder if the days of folks winning from South Georgia over the folks from the Atlanta area, no matter what party it is, going to have a chance to win.
Everything I hear, he's going to jump in that race, but I'm hoping he stays where he's at.
Yeah, I hope he stays where it's at because, you know, we saw what happened with Jack Kingston. So we got a great congressman there in Buddy Carter, but sometimes you just get that itch. You want to do more. And I mean, look at Congressman Carter's career. You know, he started off in the State House, State Senate, and now the Congress, and you just get that itch to have a little more say-so than you would be in the Senate. What do you think Herschel's going to do?
I don't think Herschel's interested. I think if he was interested, he would already been.
He had already done it. Yeah.
I mean, he's going to move to. You know, I'm not sure. I think he's got to be in the state 6 months before he can enter the race. So he's got to make a decision soon. But everybody keeps asking him. He doesn't give any indication one way or the other. But he doesn't. From everything I've seen and read, he doesn't seem interested. But him and Trump are pretty close, and Trump still pays him that $1 million a year contract. So. He may say, I need you in that race, so we'll see what he does. Herschel's doing well.
Yeah, Herschel's doing well.
He signed that $1 million a year contract. He gets paid $1 million every year. First of the year, nice $1 million check from Trump. It's all good. He's living large.
Living large. Well, I think that, you know, right now, Matthew McConaughey's, you know, in the poll out there is beating the current popular governor by double digits in just a poll.
Yeah, he's not running either, is he?
I don't know if he's going to run or not. But you got Herschel Walker with he's a legend here in the state of Georgia. He's got good common sense. I think he would do well if he could put an organization. You got to have an organization put together. If you don't have that organization, you can forget it. But he's got the name. He's got good common sense. And I think a lot of folks will get behind him, but he's got to have that desire in his heart to do it. And you've got to put yourself out on the line because they're gonna tear you apart left side. You know, no matter what position you're running for, statewide, nationwide, you're going to have the opposition. No matter what opposition it is, going to find every little thing that you've done through the years. And some people just don't want to go through that, put it under the microscope like that. They don't want to go through all that headache and the hassle and all the political mud that's slung all the time. And that keeps a lot of good people out from politics. But it will be interesting. But I don't know. We just saw what happened with Congressman Jack Kingston several years ago, and he had been planning for 2 years. I mean, he had been building that base and going around the state, and he lost to Purdue up there from the Atlanta area, who had no political experience but had millions of dollars, and he was from Atlanta.
Just because you're a popular athlete don't mean you're going to be a politician. I mean, I remember Lynn Swann ran for governor of Pennsylvania. Lynn Swann, Super Bowl X MVP, very popular in Pittsburgh.
Right.
Beloved by Steelers Nation, but
right.
He didn't come close to winning that race. So.
Yeah. You got to have that organization. You got to have
I'd be interested with Herschel. But like I said, Herschel was given no indication that he's entering this race.
If somebody wants to know, they text in. You can always text in questions and comments at 912-427-3711. Text them in. Our main number, 912-427-3711. Somebody wants to know if there's going to be bad weather for the prom. Prom's Friday night or Saturday night?
Saturday night.
Saturday night. No, Friday night's not okay. Saturday, we've got a 90% chance of showers during the day and 70% at night.
It's bad because it's an outdoor.
It's an outdoor prom, yeah. 90% during the day. Now that could change between now and then. Now that's several days away. I mean, the weatherman and every weather channel that we checked. I mean,
just remember Saturday was 80% chance.
80% chance of rain this last Saturday. Last Thursday was 70%.
It was a beautiful day Saturday.
I mean, you take a look at it. It's the day before. All right, on Friday, it's the day before. I checked the National Weather Service in Jacksonville that puts out the official weather forecast for Wayne County. I checked the Weather Channel, AccuWeather, every channel out there, and all had that 70 to 80% chance of rain this past Saturday. And did you see any? A few sprinkles after the sunset, and that was it.
You just got to hope the weatherman's all wet.
You know what? Well, they're fortune tellers. You know, they try to predict the future. That's what weather forecast people are. That's what weathermen are. They try to predict the future. They're, it's like going somewhere and, some woman reading your hand, say, oh, your future is, even though you got a lot more data when it comes to weather.
They got a great,
but you just never know.
I said they got a great gig. They're 80% chance wrong, and they're always got a job. So
but every weather forecast that I checked on Friday had that chance of rain for Saturday. I mean, it just looked like it was going to be an overcast, rainy day, and you wake up and there's sunshine. You wonder, where did this come from? And the same thing last Thursday.
I have to check with high school principal Brett McDaniel, see if there's a backup plan. I said, I'll try to call him to get him here to be on the show, but I never got through to him yesterday or today. So I said, I was hoping somebody would come this week to talk about the junior-senior prom.
Yeah, hopefully we can get the principal in.
They said there's got to be a backup plan in case it does rain.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, right now, but see, this is just Tuesday. You really can't even go 3 days past that because you just don't know how those fronts out there, how the wind is going to check those fronts coming through. It looks like it's coming right at you, and then it gets a gust of wind. It goes north of us, south of us, it dissipates or whatever. And that's a heck of a job trying to tell the future. You're a fortune teller when you're a weatherman, and so sometimes the future don't go as you predicted.
I know they were wrong this past Saturday.
Oh, they were wrong big time. They were wrong big time last Thursday.
It was a gorgeous day Saturday.
Yeah, they got it. Well, the only thing is it was cool, so I don't know if the folks would have been on the river, when it's 50, 60-something degrees out there, but it didn't get that rain, though. It did warm up as the day went along, but the river run would have started early in the morning. They made the decision with the information they had, and everything you looked at looked like it was going to be raining all day. It didn't happen. Where did it go overnight?
It was a nice day on the golf course. I mean, it was cool. It was kind of hot.
No, I said it warmed up in the afternoon, but it was cool in the morning. Yeah.
I mean, I tell you, I don't tan. I burn. I used some sunscreen, but my face was red after Saturday.
You had a cap on?
I had a cap on.
And you had sunscreen on, at least SFA 30, right? Got to make sure you have 30 on or higher. And, you're like me. You got fair skin,
I could tell people I don't tan. I burn. So I had to stay out of it pretty much.
Yeah.
But it was a gorgeous day Saturday. I said I was glad the weatherman was all wet.
Yeah, everybody had a chance to go out and do things Saturday. It was good that he was wrong.
They canceled that game thinking it was going to be rain, and there wasn't any rain.
There was no rain. Where did it go overnight? I mean, as late as Friday afternoon, they were still calling for that rain. Every forecast. But that's just the way it is. So, I don't know what's going to happen. We'll have to keep an eye on the weather for Saturday. It's 90% during the day right now and 70% at night. Now, Sunday's going to be gorgeous. But that's fortune telling right there. That's trying to predict the future, and you just don't know what's going to happen. How those winds up there are going to push those clouds.
The Roaring 20s is the theme.
The Roaring 20s, huh?
Yep. Saturday night, 7 to 11 at JC Stadium. That's the information I've got. I said,
going to have the flappers out there, huh?
Hopefully there's a backup plan in case it does rain.
Well, they don't want to stick them all in a small, confined area. That's the reason why they're not having it inside there at the Commons area. Trying to keep them outside where everybody can spread out.
Spread out.
Yeah.
Something different.
It is something different, yeah. Out there, hopefully under the stars, maybe under the raindrops, but we'll see what happens. I'm sure they got contingency plans and things of that sort. And, just keep an eye on the weather all the way through the end of the week and see what happens. It may even go into Saturday saying, all right, let's see if it is going to rain, and then make the call on Saturday. That's what I'd do, because, after looking at what happened this past Saturday.
And today they're going to have the announcement of the paid star student and star teacher at the State of Education. I know who the star teacher is.
Okay.
Congrats to Colt Brockington. The reason I know that is because he's assistant varsity baseball coach, and he's like me. He's got to hope to get out of there soon because it's a long trip to Warner Robins.
And the star, what now?
Star teacher.
Is who?
Colt Brockington.
Colt Brockington? Okay. Yeah. Where does he teach? Which school?
High school.
High school?
Yeah.
Okay.
Science teacher.
So he's the star teacher this year.
He's the star teacher.
Okay.
Also assistant varsity baseball coach. So he's got to get out of there like I got to get out of there because got to get on the road to Warner Robins.
Boogie on up there to Warner Robins, yeah. A 3-hour trip.
Congratulations to Colt Brockington, star teacher of the year.
Okay. And then we'll just wait for the star student to be announced.
I know who it is.
It's
Wanda Patel.
Okay.
But not sure
Which one? Okay. All right. And that's going on today, the luncheon.
Luncheon at the country club.
Okay.
So, newsflash, just giving you the heads up on who the star student is.
Okay.
You don't have to wait till tomorrow.
Well, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Pomple family. You know, longtime resident Billy Pomple died over the weekend, and you know, our family, the Hubbards and the Popples, have been close for many, many years. Back when we were in high school, through school, and I didn't move here until I was in the ninth grade. But my stepbrother and my sister were 3 and 5 years younger than me. So you had Rhonda Popple and Ronald Popple were all in school and around each other. My second car I bought from Billy Popple Dotson Car Sales. Right. As one person from Savannah said, that's a car dealership in the middle of a corn patch. It's because when he first built that car dealership way out there on the Odom Highway, I don't say way out there, about halfway between Jessup and Odom, it was out there in the boonies. I mean, most people, car dealerships are in town or around other car dealerships, but he built that Billy Popple Dotson out there years ago. Now, folks, Dotson was what Nissan was. They sold it as Nissan in Japan, but they called it Dotson over here. And my first car was a 69 Camaro that I bought from Walker Chevrolet, and then put enough miles on it I had to trade it in. So I went to my dad and I went to Billy Popple Dotson Car Sales, and we're sitting there looking at two different. I'm at University of Georgia now. I'm a sophomore. No, I'm a freshman. Sophomore at the University of Georgia. I've got so many more miles on Camaro. I got to get something because it's starting to fall apart. And so we're sitting there looking. He also sold AMC, American Motors. So I'm looking at an AMC Pacer with a big V8 engine and all that glass around it and orange and so forth, And then I'm looking at the Datsun B210. Now, Datsun B210s had just come out, and Billy had gotten 2 of them before any other Datsun dealership in the area. Okay, so no one knew what a Datsun B210 was, but at that time it got like 20, 21 miles per gallon on the road, and that was phenomenal back in 1973. I mean, that was phenomenal. I mean, my full-size Chevy truck right now with a big, 5.3-liter engine gets better gas mileage than that on the road. But back then, that was phenomenal because you had carburetors and all that kind of stuff. But it was a 4-cylinder engine, and it's a Datsun B210, and it was hatchback, and I'm sitting there looking at both. I could have got either one, but I decided to go with the Datsun B210 because of driving back and forth between Jessup and Athens and get a lot better gas mileage. And so my Camaro didn't have air conditioning, and the Datsun B210 had air conditioning. It had an FM radio in there besides AM and so forth, so I was moving up from both those standpoints. Had that car for many years, but when I first got that Datsun B210, I'd drive somewhere and people just look at me because it was so different. No one had seen one before. It just come out. And had that car for several years until I got out of college and traded that in, got another vehicle.
What color was it?
Brown. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't one of the the AMC Pacer sitting there bright orange. It's looking hot. It's got that V8 engine and all that glass. If you remember the AMC Pacers, they had glass all around it. But the common sense side of me took over, and I got the Datsun B210. It was hatchback. Hatchbacks were really just starting to come out then. With the 3-door situation, the 2 doors, and then the hatchback. But glad I got that one because I got good gas mileage. It did good for me for all those years. And but the Hubbards and the Popples, friends for a long time, all the way through school and stuff like that. And then on. Then when I moved away from Jessup in 1979, he was still Billy Popple Dotson out there. And then when I moved back in When I got out of University of Georgia and came back home in '77, he had gotten out of the Billy Popple Dotson, and now it was Billy Popple Buick, where the Ford dealership was downtown before they tore it down. Now where Inmark's going up. And so when I moved back here in 1977, he didn't have the Billy Popple Dotson anymore out there on the Odom Highway. He had Billy Popple Buick in town, and then ended up buying a Buick from him, Buick LeSabre, and had it. That was the second car I bought from Billy, and that car lasted a long time. It lasted a long time. Had 120-something thousand miles on it, and I ended up selling that to someone at the radio station that my dad and I ran up in Aiken, and got payments for him. And he still was running, had that car when I left Aiken in 1992. But our thoughts and prayers go out to the Popple family. Billy Popple started And I know where it is, where he started his bicycle repair shop years and years and years ago. You know, it's hard to believe that, you know, your person selling cars used to run a bicycle repair shop, but he just was an entrepreneur all his life and continued to move on. And then he got into the love of his life, which is horticulture, with the plants and the flowers and all that, and the gardens, and did that for several years. And then had the Billy Popple used car sales out there on Sunset Boulevard at Highway 341 for many, many years until recently. But just a person that just was just a very big part of Wayne County for a long, long time. And the funeral is today, I think you said at 1 o'clock at Jessup Church of God on Sunset, Jessup Church of God. But, I already talked to Ronald and gave him my condolences and told him that his family was in the Hubbard's thoughts and prayers, and known him for a long time. The Popple family. He was 82.
86.
86. Excuse me. I thought I read 82. I didn't remember correctly then. Well, 86 then. Okay. I just didn't remember correctly, Bob, because I read the obituary a day or so ago. So
don't want to shorten 40 years.
Don't want to shorten 40 years. No. 86.
86.
Yeah, but his funeral today at 1 o'clock. So once again, our thoughts and prayers going out to Billy Popple. Yeah, March 8th, 1935 to April 17th, 2001, 86. Okay. Anything else, Bob, this morning?
No, like I said, the city's got a meeting tonight. They got an executive session for personnel. So,
are you talking about a new police chief?
You would think that would be part of the agenda. So, they keep saying they're going to make a decision soon. You can't have two chiefs. At least I don't think you can. I mean, somebody's got to be the boss.
Yeah, a two-headed monster is not, that's why they always say you can't have two people running a business, two people running this or two people running that. Maybe it'll work. Maybe, I don't know. But I know usually two heads, you got to have a person that is where the buck stops there.
Right, somebody's going to make the final decision.
Yeah. So right now it's just been a temporary situation.
Right. But they keep saying they're going to make a decision soon, so possibly tonight at the executive session.
Yeah. So, whoever it is, I'm sure the city council and the city manager will pick the right person for the city of Jessup to be police chief, no matter who it may be, whether it's one or two or a new person coming in, one of the current people. Do you know if they've been doing interviews? Have you heard or seen anything?
I don't.
You don't know?
I have not heard.
You not
just
heard?
know that the city manager keeps telling that they're working on it with the city council, and discussions have been underway, and so I'm sure they're all putting their heads together, but the fact that there's an executive session to discuss personnel, I would assume that could possibly be the discussion. Okay.
With all your inside stuff, I figured you'd already know before they even made a decision, Bob.
They're keeping it close to the vest.
We're going to keep Bob out of the loop this time.
And they're not taking my suggestions.
You have a habit of that, people not taking your suggestions, Bob.
That's okay. I give them anyway.
Okay. Have a good day, Bob. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by O'Quinn and Associates, Country Financial, Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, and once again, Murphy Builder Supply, Damon's Famous Fingers and Wings, First Southern Bank, and O'Quinn and Associates. World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, Big Dog Country Radio in Jessup.